In this video, I want to talk about the small things that turn women off. It's usually the small things that turn women off. It's not the big things. A lot of times men will be fine face to face with a woman. Let me give you an example of a guy I was speaking to, and he said that he really didn't feel like he did anything wrong because he would go on dates with this girl and they were great face to face. But he started to notice that she was withdrawing from him and she was losing passion and interest for him. And it's usually the small things that turn women off in this situation. So let's run through this and I'll tell you what the small things were that this guy did that turned this woman off. Now, the first thing he said he noticed was that he was always texting her first. And he noticed that she started to become less enthusiastic when he was texting her. Well, if you're always texting her first, or you feel too much anxiety, or you're worried that she's not going to see you again, men will often lean into this anxiety, try to resolve it, and reach out to the woman to try to message her to get reassurance that everything's okay. But it wasn't a huge problem, but he noticed that her interest was starting to fade. He wasn't allowing her to come to him. He wasn't backing off and giving her enough room to chase him. The other thing he said that might have been a mistake was that whenever she would talk about other men, inside he would be really frustrated. He would be jealous and he would be angry and he would go silent for a while, and she would notice. She would say, "Is everything okay? You're really quiet all of a sudden." And he would say, "I'm fine." But he knew that she could tell he was sulking and he was upset. And then he would get over it after 10 minutes. But she picked up on this. It's a small thing, a little thing, but she saw that he was jealous and upset whenever she mentioned men, other men, who were essentially harmless. Maybe a co-worker, a boss, another guy she knew, but no real threat. Because remember, if a woman's sitting across from you, having dinner with you, and then she's going to go home with you, other men are not a threat, right? They're not the problem. She's telling you with her actions that she wants to be with you. So she's attracted to you and she wants to be in your company. So that's another small thing that would have turned her off. And the other small mistake that this guy made was that when he was with this girl, he found her really attractive and he was really excited by the way things were going when they were together, and he decided that he would tell her how much he liked her and that how much he enjoyed spending time with her and that she was really special. And he kind of opened his heart for just a few minutes because he knew he shouldn't do it, but he just did it anyway because he was so swept up in the moment. And she, of course, she loved it. She appreciated it and they had a wonderful evening. But later he noticed that she started to pull back because women think about these things. In the moment it's fine, but she goes home, she thinks about what the man said, and then she starts to feel as though, well, there's not as much mystery and challenge anymore. I don't really have to chase him. I know what he's thinking and feeling. Kind of got this guy on a plate and I don't really need to worry about him now. So she starts to lose interest. That's just female nature. Women like men who are hard to get. They like men who they have to chase. They like men who are a challenge. So it's the small things that can turn women off and kill attraction. These are just some things to think about. And if you want to know how to build real attraction with a woman, I highly recommend you get a copy of my book, Atomic Attraction. It's based on over 120 scientific studies and 40 real-life case studies. And let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I love to hear from you guys. And don't forget, I do phone and email consultations. You can book a consultation with me on my website, develofattraction.com.